Hello and welcome back to NRL Unpopular Opinions, back by popular demand for a fifth season.
Fifth season?
Can you believe it?
What?
And I'm happy to report that the band is back together. We've retained the same roster.
Yes.
And joining me, as always, Oscar Panafex.
Who said loyalty is dead in the modern game, boys? Look at us. Here every week for the fifth year in a row. How good. Keen to be back, boys.
Good to have you back. And the man that is just setting social media alight, go and follow him. Loves a story, loves an Insta story.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be the lead singer, I'd say, in the band. I'm more of a drummer because they're probably the loosest.
I'd say lead guitarist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Slap it a bass. Slapping of the bass. Slap it a bass, man. Yeah, that's me. JYY. Jharal, Yowie 5 for all those social followers. Yeah, so
Give him a follow.
just a
I
plug.
don't know where I'd be without your ice bath updates, mate, so thank you.
Oh,
so
no
much.
problem.
And the wardrobe and the Renos. And
Yeah, well, they're coming.
the Mazda dealership.
Yeah. Hey, that's a free plug for him too. My man, my car man. Did some filming this morning with him as well. So that's coming, listeners and viewers. So it's good to be back, nerds. It's been a long season with cricket. I mean, I know you love your cricket, Fogs.
Love it.
But I'm happy to see the back end of it. It can go and get There's the first F word of the year. But it's good to be back, gents, and good to see you guys. I can't wait to have several beers with you this year.
Now we're talking.
Maybe on a
Yeah.
golf course?
Yes.
Somewhere?
Maybe. Or I live on one. Anyway, that's just enough about me.
Tell the viewers where you live.
And look, the three of us are coming in a little bit cold here because we haven't been behind the mic for 6 months or so. But Fogs over here has been flat out.
Yeah, flat out. What are they, like a duck's foot? Is that the old line?
Web,
That's not how
web.
it goes. But it's the bit of an inside joke around the
want to give us a bit of context there?
Absolutely not. I'm just very happy that my training trial has been extended for a fourth season. I'm looking forward to a full-time contract
Development
at some
squad,
point.
actually. He's just in another development squad
just been-
for 4 years.
Looking forward to another year in Q Cup. Just really grinding it out.
Wait, don't push it to
Huge
BRL.
Brandon Wanking energy. Oh, actually, wait.
Brisbane Rugby League, I think.
Yeah,
That would be-
the Masters, I think. I'm due for it this year. Still a uni footy, I think.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Good to be back, boys.
Before we start talking a bit of footy, this is our season preview show, so we've got a fair bit to get through. But how were the holidays? Let's quickly recap any little tidbits.
Well, you got
stories?
up to something, didn't you, mate?
I did.
Yes.
I did. I tied the knot.
Congratulations.
In December.
Right guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm a married man now.
So
Sorry,
your
ladies.
year just got worse, which is
fly for
great.
a-
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Better or worse, is how you look at it.
Anything happening on you guys?
Oh, well, last time I think we separated. It was a grand final. I went off to Canada, brought back an extra 7 kilos on my belly.
But you've lost that. You're looking fit.
Yeah, no. Well, I did shave today as well to try and accentuate the face and to look how. I've been running a lot, so whatever.
No, I saw.
Whatever. Yeah, it's been on my social. No, but that's about it. A lot of renovations at the house, but nothing else. What about you?
I've got a pretty good yarn.
Yeah?
I've got a
Tell
pretty
me.
good yarn for the
Shoot.
my most exciting moment of the off season, and it's why I come in hot and sweaty and smelly today because I got a new car. Oh, but not by choice. I'm
From
driving
Aspley Mazda?
No,
I know a
not by
guy.
choice. I'm driving a $1,500 Holden Rodeo
Little
Ute without
paddock
aircon
basher.
and without windows at work because my beloved vehicle got stolen. Over the holiday.
I just want to apologise for that, actually,
Yeah,
too.
if it was one of yours.
Oh my God.
We are away.
No. Of course I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking about the car. Yeah, I had,
Really?
we were house sitting for some friends actually in the lovely Sandgates, just the suburb over. And
Beautiful area.
Yeah,
Sam.
nice spot. Yeah.
Not where you'd expect to get a car stolen.
Yeah, there was a lot of old people there, but I'm pretty sure it was a minor. So anyway, but got woken up to a bang and a bark at about 12:30.
Wow.
At night, and come running out of the bedroom and calmed the dogs down, and then I seen something on the ground. Like as I ran out of the bedroom, I saw something on the ground, left it there, shut the dogs up because I didn't want mum and baby to wake up. Come back, and there was a knife on the ground.
No.
Yeah, dude.
In your house?
In the house that we were sitting.
What sort of knife are we talking?
It was like the big kitchen knife one, like the big dog
Wow.
one from
That's
the
okay.
kitchen set.
This is not a joke.
And,
That's scary.
Yeah, well, you can imagine. It's like 12:30. I'd only gone to bed like an hour and a half earlier, and I'd had a few
Sleepy time teas.
vegan cigarettes to help me get there. So I was kind of, half there and
you were
half
rattled,
not.
yeah.
There's a floor to sit, like there's a full-length mirror right, like the knife has been dropped right in front of this mirror. So you can picture me bending
She's like
down.
Scream.
Bending down in my undies, picking up this knife, looking at it, and then like looking at myself in the mirror and just being like, what the f*** is going on? And then went back in to Gabby and I was like, yeah, I just found a knife on the ground. She was like, check the keys. Keys were gone, car was gone. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I drive a shit you.
Well,
so that's my story.
If you have seen Oscar's Ferrari getting around the North Brisbane area, please let us know. He misses it dearly.
Yeah, I want it back. I want it back.
Jesus. Well, I'm glad you're safe and
Yeah,
sound.
everyone's safe and sound.
Yeah.
Far
But
out.
that was a
Good yarn.
good yarn.
That's going to be tough to top. Yeah. That's scary.
Anyway, we won't need anyone else to talk.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week.
Call Crime Stoppers. All right, let's talk some footy.
Let's get into it.
Before we jump into these, so we're going to preview from 17 to 9.
Yep.
But we got to talk Payne Haas because it's. I don't want to spend too long on it because every hot take's been done to death. But we got Jharal here on the show. We got to talk about this. Give me some insight here, Jharal. I have a few questions, but I just want to hear your take on it first.
Well, insights is a bit hard because, as you can imagine, the club would keep, their cards pretty close to their chest. I was with the team on Monday before they departed at the season premiere, and I did have a little chat to my little mate Ben Hunt and my little mate Adam Reynolds, who's going to retire at the end of this year as well, which is a big blow for the club. But the other one is, big Payno. I've had a lot of time to think about this, and my thought process on this is, and I think I said it in the WhatsApp group.
Yep.
I honestly thank him for everything he's done for this club. Like, if this move does end up going through, which is a 10-day cooling off period that happens to every single person that signs somewhere else. If it does go through, it will be one of our biggest losses, but he is also one of our biggest achievements. He's come through our academy. He's won 5 Paul Morgan awards, which never been done by a front rower at the Brisbane Broncos. He's won us a premiership. He's played for his country. He's played for both of his countries, Samoa and Australia, and he's played for the New South Wales Blues. So, in a nutshell, it's been nice to be able to help this young man grow into a great footy player. And if he does end up and it does go through, I just thank him for his services. I can think anyone can understand he's an exceptional person as well, from who he is and what he's done outside of rugby league. So I think that as much as we are going to miss him from a leadership point of view and what he does on the field, I think we're losing an A-grade great person at the Brisbane Broncos. So I don't really have, I don't know what else is going to happen in those. It's a long time to be in another country with all your best mates. So, there might be a way to swing him. But if he has made his mind up from everyone, from a point of view from an old boy at the club, I just can't thank him enough for being a great person and a great footy player. Yeah.
And just on that England trip, when we caught up as a podcast a few weeks ago to plan the show, the boys are about, I think they'd just gone to Toowoomba for their camp?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Getting back?
They just got there. They were just going.
Just going.
Yeah, they were just going.
Is that a little bit early to be doing a camp like that? Because I've heard a few on the Buy Around podcast yesterday, Jimmy Graham and the boys were talking about this, that maybe Haas isn't so into the amount of training that's going on at the Broncos. And you spoke about this last year. Madge is pushing the boys really, really hard. Can you shed some light on that?
Well, I don't like the way that they train. But who am I to talk when they've just won a premiership off the back of it?
Point.
Yeah.
Like we can't really hate what he's doing because he's being successful. So there's been a lot of talk about the Madge effect and how long it will last or whatever it is. But I believe these players have bought into what Michael Maguire has brought to the club, because we wouldn't be the reigning premiers if they didn't.
Yep.
And as much as, yes, there would be some players who are older in the group who are, like Renault, for instance. Do you think he can, and Hunty, they're just mate, they're 35 or what, 34, 35. They're old, man. These young fellas can keep going with Madge, I reckon, but I just feel like the old fellas are probably a little bit, almost gone for it.
Do you reckon that Madge rhetoric just writes itself at this point?
I think it does.
I think I read it in the blog this week. Yeah. Like, not loading up or anything, but it was just like, that chat was always there when Madge was at Redfern, and now it's like, when he arrived at Red Hill, it happened.
But the thing is, I think we've got to shut up about it because, as in the sense of it's proven that it works. So, the 2-week camp, I mean, whether they like it or not, it's their job. One, they've got to go train.
They're paid well to do it as well.
If I'm getting 2 weeks with my mates, I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a father, and I understand all those things, but this is people who are in business go away for work for longer periods of time. Like, this is not a normal job to be an athlete. You got to take what you get, and I believe the success of the club will still run through this year. I actually genuinely believe that this team will go back to back.
Yep.
And you can clip this. Like, I actually genuinely believe that this team and this roster is so good, I think they can win it again. And that's not saying that I don't think any of the other teams are just as good. I just believe they've got a taste of it now. They understand how to do it, and they know how to win. I believe it's going to be really hard to stop the Broncos from being premiers again in 2026.
Well, look, you're going to give us some bold takes when we start talking about these teams in a sec. I wouldn't call that a bold take, but I mean, it's something we can clip up and it'll get comments. So before we move on, this was one of those, like, you remember where you were kind of moments, I think. So, Fogs, you're the resident Broncos fan here.
Yes.
You were the first to bring it to the group chat.
Yes.
Where are the emotions sitting right now?
Look, I obviously a lot of the same thoughts that Jharal's already said I feel, but the one that Jharal probably can't talk to that I can is I'm actually pretty happy to be getting off the Payne Haas ride. I feel like throughout his whole career with the Bronx, his contract's been in the news and it's been a constant, like, is he on enough money? Is he going to leave? He's threatening to leave. Is he going to rugby union? And I'm a little bit fatigued of all that. And I absolutely thank him for everything that he's done for the Broncos. He's been incredible to watch. And he's obviously got his family to look after, and good on him for going and get the bag. But yeah, I'm kind of happy to see the back of him after all of this. And yeah, he's a full New South Welshman now, so I can hate him, which I think is pretty cool.
Isn't it weird, just before we move on from it, like, isn't it weird, right, that Michael Maguire takes him to success and gets success at Rabbitohs, right? Adam Reynolds with him. He comes here. Adam Reynolds retires. He gets success at the Blues, Madge. He comes here. Payne Haas goes to the Rabbitohs, where Wayne Bennett is, who was the coach who gave him his debut. What other merry-go-round in other sports are you going to be able to see this? Yeah. So I think we've got to, in 20 years' time, this story is still going to be talked about.
100%.
Because I believe, and I think you can all, agree with me, this will be one of the biggest signings in the NRL history if this goes through.
It hit the fan the same way that like Luka to the Lakers.
Yeah, I've heard that comparison.
That was literally a year ago, almost to the day, where it hit the fan like that.
Mason Horro were running through the list of big names Souths have signed. It's historically
phenomenal,
a crazy list. I don't think any of them come close to this.
I mean, I probably would say GI comes close, because you've got to remember GI's won premierships in 3 different positions. One of them was in those positions. Payne plays in the front row and he's won 1 premiership yet. Yeah. So
Greg maybe.
Yeah.
But the rest, like Roy Asatasi was an example. He was enormous, but he was in the back end. Like, Payne's 26 years old.
Yeah.
Like, he should not have the rap sheet that he's got now at this age. Like, the trophy.
Well, they usually hit their straps
cabinet.
now, front row.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Are you stoked as a Bunnies fan?
Look, again, I don't want to fucking talk shit until the 10 days is up.
Yeah, that's fair. You've been very reserved.
I don't think look, if it makes you feel any better, I don't reckon he will. No. I think he's a pretty man to his word, I reckon.
Well, it sounds like it kind of fell in South's lap more so than anything. My 2 big takeaways are, it's a business game, right? Like, it's a money thing. Reece, if he's not the best outside back in the game, he's in the top 3. Pat Carrigan, if he's not in the top 3 best middle forwards in the game, then he's in the top 5. You can't have 2 of the best forwards and the best back in the game all in your cap for long periods of time.
It happens to every good team. You can't keep every good player after a premiership.
And at the end of the day, it's hard. Like, I think you've got to keep a good spine together. Like you have to. Like footy teams are built off spines, I believe.
Which they've got there.
Yeah.
And then the other one for me was, I think this is just another feather in the cap to the old master Wayne.
Oh, well, he always comes back and bites us in the arse.
Like
doesn't he?
what he's done to South Rossa we'll cover that at a different time, but he's turned that place around.
What a story. What a story.
We will talk about Sal's in just a minute, but let's jump into the team preview. So for a bit of context for the listeners, we're each going to cover a category each here, and we're going to try and cover each team within 5 minutes, bit of rapid fire. I'm going to cover the expectations. Oscar's going to do what each team has and doesn't have. Fogs, you're going to do a player to watch.
Yep.
Just like last year, JYY, you got bold predictions.
Well, I got them right, so I'm going to see.
You did? You did?
Well, we're keeping tabs this year. Good. We're going to remember.
Jharal's is the only column in our table that has no notes in it. Yeah. This man's shooting from the hip.
Yeah, which makes me nervous.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. I love it.
No, I don't need a write in here, boys. I know. It's all here.
Big brain. And then Fogs is going to do a little bit of a futures market if there's anything relevant in there.
Yep.
And then we're going to clip some stuff up
Yep.
for the TikTok. So let's start with last year's Wooden Spoon as the Newcastle Knights.
Your friends, Jharal.
Yes, you tipped them to win the spoon last year.
I did.
Do it again. Do it.
No.
Do it.
So which way are we going here?
So I'm gonna start with the expectations.
Yep.
New coach Dylan Brown lost a couple of key players. Defensively awful last year. Tough to watch in the back end. I think expectation has to just be avoid consecutive spoons.
Survive.
Just survive. Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah, that's basically all I can come up with. So Oscar, what do the Knights have and not have?
Pretty obvious, right? They've got Dylan Brown and Sandon Smith. So they've now got a genuine 1, 6, 7 and 9, which some people could argue they did in previous years but didn't use them in the same spot. It's kind of the same question. They've got genuine spine players in all 4 positions, but is it a spine that's well balanced? Does it complement one another? Is Phoenix a good enough organiser that you don't need a traditional halfback? Which, if you've got someone like Harry Grant, you can run 2 running halves, right? Because Harry can organise the attack from dummy half. Is Phoenix that guy? Can Sandon control the attack while Dylan Brown runs? Is KP fit? There's a lot of questions. Yeah.
Fogs player to watch.
Yeah, this is a pretty obvious one. It's Dylan Brown, the highest paid player of all time, which is just an insane sentence to say. But if he doesn't hit the ground running, I think he's going to be under fire pretty quickly because they've paid him and he needs to deliver on that now.
Yep. And I mean, if you're not tipping him for the spoon, then geez, this is going to be the boldest of bold takes.
I'm not tipping him for the spoon. I still don't like where their coach is, who their coach is. And will he last a year? I don't think so.
Yep.
My bold prediction is we will see...
Justin Holbrook.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we'll see... I think we'll see them not come last. I don't think they'll be fighting for a spoon this year because I believe what you boys have said is that because they've got a genuine spine, I actually think they'll be higher than people anticipate.
Yeah.
So I'm not off the Knights this year. I'm actually on them.
That's fair.
Do I think they're going to finish in the top 8? No. I think they'll go close. I think they'll go close to top 8.
So like a 10, 11?
No, I think they will be in the fight for the top 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
But wait, do you think the coach is going to be sacked? Did you start saying that and then change your mind?
Yeah, I did. I did
We're
change
so
my mind.
bad.
I did change my mind because I was like, oh, I got to make one bold prediction. I can't make 2 because there's other coaches who I think are going to get sacked.
Yeah.
I just want a full
I'm with you.
season
I'm
from
with you.
Ponga.
Yeah.
I just want him healthy.
Yeah, I think, remember what we spoke last year, if they didn't have Ponga, they were going to go shit.
Yeah.
I actually think they've got a spine. If he does go down this time,
Yes.
I think they will be okay.
Yeah.
They got Fletcher
Yeah.
Sharp. Who can go to 1.
So I'm saying that, I think the Knights are in the fight for the top 8.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that's pretty bold coming from
Oh,
us.
that is bold.
Yep.
That's bold.
So is anyone sort of worried though about their attack? Because one of the, and I'll give this away, when we were doing the multi last year, I just loved backing the under on their games.
Yeah.
We're held to 0 points 11 times in the first half last year.
I don't think that it simply can't happen again.
Yeah, I
like
think
for the simple fact that if KP's on the field for half of those games, I don't think it happens.
Yeah.
And then if Dylan Brown is there, KP was just getting double marked.
Yeah.
Because you just didn't worry
You've got
about
a running
respectfully. You didn't worry about Tyson.
You got a half who loves to run, right? There's going to be a lot of eyes on Dylan Brown, which takes the time.
And Sandon runs too.
Yeah, correct. But takes a little bit of pressure off KP.
There's every chance they don't click, but you'd feel like there's enough just raw talent on that field. That
Well, it's bold predictions for a reason, Fogs.
Grab 'em best.
I'm going fighting for the 8 for the
Yeah,
Knights.
I like it. I respect it.
Okay. Anyone else got any bold takes before we move on?
No, let's stop talking about the Knights.
Good call. Gold Coast Titans last year, 16th. New coach as well. Locked Tino in for the foreseeable future. 13 losses last year were by double digits. Conceded an average of 30 points a game.
Yeah, yeah. Him and Cooper By and Tino both.
Okay.
Do you want to share with the class? Or?
Yeah.
I just was like,
Bit of homework.
did they definitely sign Tino? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Oscar, player to watch. Oh, sorry, not player to watch. Haves and have-nots for the Titans.
Yeah, kind of a bit how you rattled off for the Knights. They got a new coach. There's some talent in that roster. Like Jaden Campbell's just kind of feels like he's waiting to explode, right? AJ Brimson's a very classy player. Tino's there. I think he's in for a big year, but there's a lot of question marks through this whole squad. Like, what's their first choice backline? My man Jamin Jolliffe, who you guys laughed at
Friend of the show.
for bringing up last year, he's missing for another season now. That's a 60-minute, 65-minute prop that they've got to replace, and they're going to be looking at guys like Payne Haas or Cooper By, who aren't proven first graders. So, yeah, there's a lot of questions for me, particularly through the middle of the field. I'm a bit worried about the Titans. I'm backing them for the bottom 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should add there too that I think the expectations may be like 10th and above, but that's maybe being a bit
For
generous.
once, we're not saying they're going to push for the 8. Look
No,
at
I
that.
actually I tipped them for that last year.
Yeah, well, we do it every year.
I totally,
Not this season.
I totally agree with everything Oscar's just said. I just don't see where the scoring's
Get off
going to
my
come
dick,
from.
bro. You said off bottom 4.
Bold predictions.
Yeah, I've put them 15th on the ladder. I mean, it's a new coach. It's really hard to have a new coach and be ready to go straight away. So I think, unfortunately for them, I just think they're still another year away with a new coach, and they only just started a new system, last 2 years. So yeah, they'll be fighting for the spoon. Yeah, the Titans. They're not going to get it, but I think they're fighting for the spoon. So my other bold prediction would have been that because of Payne's gone, I thought there was a chance Tino would leave.
Hectic.
But yeah,
Not to be.
Player to watch.
Yeah, well, it is Tino for me. The club's obviously locked him down, and now this is another bloke like Dylan Brown where there's an expectation. He's their leader, and I think it all needs to flow through him. So a lot of pressure on Tino this year, and I think he'll step up to the challenge. He's a very, very good player, and I really like him.
Second year back.
Would have liked him at the Bronx.
And I imagine they'd be one of the favourites for the spoon. I haven't got the
They
market
are.
in
I think
front
they're
of me.
$4.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First or second line of betting, maybe.
I'll pull that up properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the Dragons. 15th last year. Started last year 1-3, then lost 4 on the trot to finish the season. 7 years now of no finals footy, so tough to be a Dragons fan at the moment. Lost, I guess not like glass half full, lost 8 games last year by 6 points or less.
Yeah.
This is a team that I think people might have down as a smoky. Will I be right in saying that? So for expectation, I put 10th to 8th. I do think they could push for a final spot. But when I look at their list, I'm not super excited by much that I see.
No. Absolutely
I had a
not.
soft spot for them last year, and so did you, Jharal. I think you might have tipped them at long odds to make the 8 last year.
I did.
And they got with the bee's dick. They just got smashed by injuries.
Yep.
For me, what they have now, I think, is Shane Flanagan's squad, or at least the closest to it, right? He's been there for 2 years. He spent the first year getting rid of some dead wood, and he spent last year, it looked like every time that a new player came into the system and we go, oh, look at this Dylan Egan guy. He's sick. Who are these Couchman brothers? They're amazing. And then they'd get fucking knocked out for 6 weeks through injury. They didn't have a spine of Flanagan's choice last year either. I think Atkinson's a really astute pickup. So yeah, I like what Flano's doing there. I'm not convinced they got the attack to go with the best teams and play finals footy though. But I'm prepared to be wrong. Very keen to see Luciano Leilua this year. He looks fit as.
Still a pretty young side too, I think. I just think there's a lot of
Very
room
young.
for things to go wrong.
I think they're very young. Very young.
Yep. Fog's player to watch before we get a bold prediction?
Yeah, it's Daniel Atkinson. I think there's a lot of I wouldn't say pressure, but there's a lot going through him this year, and he's probably the one that needs to step up and steer that team around the park. So we'll see how he goes.
Yep, always had potential. Jharal, bold prediction. Where do you see the Dragons?
Wooden
this year?
Spooners.
Yeah, that's what I've got down too.
Hot.
Yeah.
Wooden Spooners.
Hot.
And it is a very bold prediction, but I believe if they lose some of their experience, I just don't think they have the depth. The young players are stars that are coming through, but I don't think they have the depth to go with it. Very similar to what I thought with Newcastle last year.
Yep.
They don't really have a superstar in their side, but Kalen went down and they sort of went to bits. I feel like the way that Gutho's wrapped up week in and week out, I don't know if he can go another year, like without having an injury. But it's a bold prediction, and that's what I'm taking. I'm going with the Dragons to be wooden spooners.
So we don't have a wooden spoon market per se. We've got the most losses.
I hate that it's called that.
Yeah, we'll have a word to the bookies
Yeah,
after
just-
this. But
Most
Call
losses.
it what it is.
the Knights, Dragons, and Titans are all tied favourites for the most losses at $4.50.
Nice.
So
Dragons.
bold prediction, but it's not outside the realm of possibilities.
Well, they put that there because they come
yeah.
third last, and
Yeah.
last. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very depressing start to the season. Here we got here, boys. Just talking most losses.
Someone's got to do it, though.
It's going to get better, listeners. I promise. Stick with us,
Tune in
please.
next week. We'll move on to the Bunnies. 14th last year. 3 straight years of no finals now for Souths. Sorry, Oscar.
That's okay.
Look, probably isn't a team that's gaining more back than the Bunnies right now in terms of they had basically none of their starters on the
2 years.
park at the same time last year.
Yep.
Injuries plagued them a lot. Expectation, I've said top 8, and I think that sort of goes for a club of this magnitude all the time. But keen to see what you think here, Oscar. What do the Bunnies have and not have?
The South supporter in me likes to think we're a chance for finals footy, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just miss out. But I think we've got to, like, a lot of the season previews and a lot of the podcasts at the moment are saying that Souths don't have a lot of depth. I don't know if you guys
That's a
have heard
fib.
that. That doesn't make sense
Yeah.
to me. Maybe I'm saying this through red and green coloured glasses, but if the one silver lining of the last 2 seasons of literally the worst injury run statistically in the modern era has been we've seen fringe guys get a taste.
Yeah.
And the only thing that does is get them better prepared for when we need to lean on them in certain periods this time around. So, yeah, I think we've got a really deep top 30. I don't think we've got an obvious first choice 17, including a halfback. We've got 3 guys in Glover, Sullivan and Humphreys who are all candidates. None of them have played more than 10 first grade games in the halfback position. So, yeah, there's still some question marks there, but I think we got enough in us just with guys returning. Like Cam Murray, like he's one of the best middle forwards in the game. Like we haven't seen him for a year and a half. I think it's easy to forget when we stop seeing these guys. Like Campbell Graham was in the State of Origin team, and then he's been injured for 18 months since then. Like, so yeah, I think there's a lot of guys that return, and if they're fit, I think Souths will go okay.
It feels like you just kind of like need to see it for 4 weeks. And
Yeah,
then
maybe.
you can believe it. Like,
Or maybe there is a curse.
yeah.
Might be. There might be.
Bold prediction?
David Fafita gets his Origin jersey back.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, I feel like when you've got Uncle Wayne, you can pull at the heartstrings a little bit. Dave's had some family stuff happen over the last year. And not saying Wayne does this on purpose, but he knows how to caress his players. He knows how to look after them. And Dave Fafita, is a kid who needs a bit of love. And I feel like Wayne will give him that. So, yeah. I'm not going to say anything about where they finish. Sorry. But I will say that, I believe that Dave Fafita will get his Origin jersey back, whether it's off the bench or starting.
I don't think he'll care. I don't think he'll care.
care either.
Give us a player to watch.
Well, yeah, Jarrell's taking the words right out of my mouth. I think this is the year that Davey returns to that Broncos form. I think Uncle Wayne will turn him back into the destructive back rower that he was when he was playing for the Bronx. The bookies kind of rate the Rabbits as well this year. They're $1.90 to make the 8, so even money.
Yeah, okay.
Don't
Yeah, I
mind
think
that
that's
at
about
all.
fair.
$26 to win the spoon, so I feel like you're on the up. You're on the up.
Give me your money, punters. Can I do I'll do a clip it little prediction.
Take it away.
Right down the lens.
Baby. Jai Gray, my fellow short king, I love you. But Latrell Mitchell will be back in the fullback position for the Rabbitohs.
Do you want him there though?
Yeah, I think. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
I want him in the centres.
It's cool.
I think I want him with David Fafita on an edge.
That's an Australian edge right there.
I'm scared if I'm playing them.
A right four or
and
a
they've
right
got
three.
they've got Johnson.
Yeah.
They've got
It's Cody
Trell.
Walker.
It's a black line.
I'm glad you said that. If I said that, I'm in big
It
trouble.
is though. It's basically an Indigenous All-Stars
Black line.
left edge.
And you think about where Latrell's been most destructive all his career. It's in those centres. Like, let him cook.
Yeah, I think the counter argument for that is there isn't a fullback in the game who can pass like Latrell can from the jockey position.
No, you're probably right.
And Jai Gray, who will be tasked with getting Latrell the ball in the centre position, doesn't have a passing game. So I'm concerned that we'll lose some games early on because we're leaving points out there on the edges.
Passing. Use him as a decoy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's why it was bold. It's a bold call.
We love it.
We'll whack that on social. I'm sure that'll get so much love. Let's go to the Tigers. Last year finished 13th. I genuinely have no idea what to do with this club because we're told they're still rebuilding. There's so much shit going on at the board level and distractions and all that kind of stuff. Third year now for Benji Marshall. I had a look through their draw last season. They only had 3 wins against teams inside the top 8. For expectations, I put them down just to finish top 12 and just to have no distractions, but I think that's asking a hell of a lot. What do you boys think on the Tigers?
What'd you say, folks?
What do you?
Do I have to watch
I have to watch them? Yeah, that's what I've got written in my notes. Yeah, take it away. You go. I
don't know. I think I'm kind of keen to watch the Tigers.
I'm scared to watch the Tigers. I just don't know. They haven't really given us enough excitement to be able to I think they can go up the ladder again this year.
Yep.
It seems like there's too much shit in behind the closed doors.
Yeah.
Football level, there's always. I mean, there was chat over the break that Jharal Buller is on his way to Melbourne.
I was so convinced that was done.
There's a chance he could still go.
Still end up there.
Not this year, but there's a chance he goes a year after. I would be saying if we don't see Jharal Buller in the side in round 1, well, maybe Benji's a pretty hard nut. So if he's not in the side, I think he might have made his
That's the
decision.
tell.
Gee, that's a bold call. Yeah. I reckon Jareem's not far away from being in the top tier of fullbacks.
I don't say that.
Do you reckon Benji would leave out a fullback that good if he was leaving 12 months later?
I think that he would have to send a message at some stage. And Benji is a guy that I know that would want to send a message.
That's the joke. It's about sending a message.
He's the bloody mafia boss.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's
bold prediction for me is if Jharal Buller's not on the side in round 1, I think he's off to somewhere else.
And Oscar, looking at your notes, you've got down what they don't have is experience, and it's sort of like a contract year for Luai. He can walk at the end of this season.
Oh,
there's an option in his contract.
Yep.
So that's kind of why I put him to finish top 12 because I think they've got to achieve that for players like that to stay around.
If they don't, man, where do they go as a club?
Yeah.
I think they'll be I think the one thing that I noticed when looking at the trial team lists for this week was I looked at the West Tigers team list and pretty quickly I said, okay, there's maybe only 1 or 2 guys here that are probably going to be in the frame for first grade this year. In the last 3 years, it's like half these guys might play NRL at some point this season.
Yep.
To me, it feels like this is the first time in a long time that the West Tigers' first choice 13 is pretty much picking itself. They've got Sam Fainu and Kaipius Pula in the back row now. They've got an established middle rotation with Terrell and our man, what's the guy who never scored a try in 100 and Alex Twal.
Alex Twal.
You know, they've got some a good example is a guy like Alex Seyfarth who was playing 80 minutes on an edge last year. He's a dog and he's a toiler, but he's probably not someone you want to play at right 4, which is one of the most important defensive positions on the field. Whereas now they've got a specialist back rower there. To me, it just feels like they've got a squad ironed out. And for that reason, I think they'll go they'll go one better than where they have. I don't know if they'll play finals, but I think they'll be around that like 9, 10, 11, 12 kind of area.
Do we do a bold prediction? Did you sort of give me one?
Yeah, I said that if Dream Buller's not in the round one team, I think he's
Yep.
off somewhere else.
We'll count that. Player to watch, Fogs.
I've got
no one.
Do I have to watch him written down? I'm not interested, but I mean, if I have to pick one, Kai Pearce-Paul. I think he should be pretty handy. He should develop well, but yeah, I'm not watching the West Tigers this year.
KPP and Adam Dewey on the right edge.
Yeah, Dewey's another one that needs to kind of step up, I think. But
that's the first time he's been given that position.
Well, yeah,
for multiple pre-seasons.
He plays a different position every week.
Every other week.
Yeah.
Is that his fault?
No.
Maybe sometimes.
I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't care.
We'll move on to the Cowboys, and this might be a longer chat because I think there's
some hot takes in here. Yeah.
There's going to be some hot takes. Yeah, finished 12th last year. Probably the front runner for the most disappointing club. I don't think anyone's going to argue that. Lost Reece Robson over the off-season. I found last year they played down to their competition a lot. They were a team that probably should have made the 8 halfway through the year. And I think, Oscar, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you were keen on them at one point.
No, I backed him for the spoon before the comp was
I think I was
started.
keen on him.
Someone was keen. I remember that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Most of us, I don't know, Fogs and I spoke about this before we started recording. Todd Payton, $1.80 first coach fired if we had to market.
That is not a real market.
No, it's not. Gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
Expectations, I got top 8.
Follow you guys with that one.
Yep, top 8.
Top 8 expectations.
I think it is top 8, yeah.
Wow, I'm the exact opposite.
Okay.
I
with
think
you, Fogs.
I think the Cowboys win the spoon this year.
Wow.
Yep,
I
that's
think
my
the
pick.
$9 is crazy value.
That is.
Most losses $9. I think. Yeah,
That's a good price, actually.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for North Queensland this year. And now I can't go to Flinders Street.
Yeah, I'm with you, Fogs. I was pretty shaky on them last year. A lot of big, slow, immobile middles, and a lot of guys in the back line that have been in and out of first grade for a lot of their careers, or they're young and still inexperienced. For me, Tom Dearden is one of the best halves in the game. Like, he probably was the best half in the game last year.
Yep.
I think he saved them from a spoon last year, and I think that barring another superhuman 30-week campaign from him, I think they're in the Barney, big Barneys.
All sorts. All sorts.
Yeah, not in the top 8 for me is my bold prediction. I mean, I think they've got a pretty good roster, but I just don't feel like, I don't know, has the ship sailed with their coach? Is probably where he's sort of gone on, off, off. So, you know, I think I like there is no market.
No,
but I think he might be, if they don't start the year off well, he might be gone.
I think we'll know pretty quickly within the first 4 rounds where they're at.
Before Easter, I reckon he's gone.
Absolutely.
I think when we say that though, who replaces him? You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah, Hannah and Holbrook are now both snatched up. Who's the next kind of? Well, Adam O'Brien want to
the
come
only
back?
other one, Kevy, but he's.
Oh, Kev.
Well, he hasn't. I don't think he's signed to the World Cup yet. I think he's still got. I think he's off to Vegas to do that.
Yeah.
With the ARL, so could it be Kevin Walters?
Wouldn't that be nice? They'd love him up there.
They would.
Absolutely love him.
Let's jump to Parramatta.
I've got
Sorry,
one.
you got something else? Go.
Player to watch. You forgot to throw it to him.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
Soz, mate.
It's like the one thing I'm on the show for. Look, in saying that I think they're going to be dog shit this year, I think Reid Marnie might be the best signing in the NRL. I think.
Wow, okay.
That's bold.
I think
That's
he's going
going into my territory.
Yeah, he's going to play really, really well up there. But one man doesn't make a footy team. But he's a grub from Queensland. I think the Cowboys are going to love him up there. But yeah, not enough to actually move the needle.
I'll rate that take.
Yeah.
But I still think he's not as good as Robson.
Yeah,
So I think
that's
a
New
loss
South Wales,
overall.
Queensland sort of bias going. Big Reid Marnie fan.
I'm glad you stopped me there because we could have missed out on that juicy tape.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get all the clips I can.
Imagine Reid handing out drinks at the Mad Cow after a Cowboys win.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, you will have to imagine because it won't happen much this year.
Well, it's interesting you say that. I only had 3 home wins last year.
I'm not welcome back in Townsville.
All right, let's jump to Parramatta. 11th last year. Jason Ryle's era sort of got off to a rocky start, and there's probably like a lesson in that for some of these teams that are welcoming in new coaches this year that it's going to take some time. But then they came home with a pretty wet sail, 3 wins in a row, beat the Roosters, if you recall, in pretty impressive fashion late in the season. I think this is the team that's very popular to maybe sneak into the 8th with a lot of people. But obviously they're still building the list. A lot depends on Mitch Moses being healthy.
Yep.
Expectations, I have put TBD. I really don't know. I think you could argue, top 8, but I'd probably be more confident saying top 12.
Yeah? What do we feel about that?
I just don't rate him.
I don't want to give away.
You want to save it? All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
I like him. I loved what Jason Ryles did last year with not much, and now he's added a few more pretty handy pieces. I think Jack DeBellum was a nice pickup. Jonah Pezzett, obviously, is a pretty handy one, which Fogs will mention in a second. But
Yes.
I think he profiles as like a really nice sidekick for Moses. If you look at like the best, like some of the better halves in the game right now, they're guys who can play shot for shot for shot. They can have a running involvement. They can have a tipping involvement. They'll have a passing involvement down short side. Like, they're always in the game. Tom Dearden does it for the Cowboys. Lachlan Galvin does it for the Bulldogs. Cleary does it for the Panthers. That's exactly what Moses is for this team. Like, everything's going to run through him. And then you've just got Iongi, who's a wonderful support player and positional
He's a freak,
player.
isn't he?
He's a gun, yeah. Like, not flashy or whatever, but he's always in the right spot.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Pezzett can do the same, Moses just has to pick the option. And 90% of the time he does. So, yeah, I kind of like it, Parramatta.
Come on.
Come on, smoke me. Cut me down, baby.
Well, it's going to be very bold, and I've never been to ride, Parramatta's, ever.
shit.
Like, I've never been
go.
able to. But I think Mitchell Moses wins Dally M.
Yeah, buddy.
of the year this year.
Which is not a market.
It's not a market.
Someone ruined the fun for all of us.
The way I look at it, I think they finish in the top 8 this year.
Do ya?
Yeah, I actually think they've got the squad. I think Ryles is a great coach. He just hasn't been able to show it yet.
Yep.
I believe that he'll be able to do it this year. I think the Dylan Brown stuff I think that was looming all year for them.
Like it affected them all the
I think
time.
it affected them a lot. They knew he was going. He wasn't playing his best footy for them.
Well, he wasn't in the team for half the
correct.
year. Yeah.
And Mitchell Moses, when he came back, he showed why he's so classy. So I think there's a lot of players that are going to be thereabouts for the Dally M Player of the Year. But I've got to be bold. They're going to finish in the top 8, and I think he's going to be the Dally M Player.
I think
of the
that's
year.
a good
That's
fit
a sick.
because to win Dally M, you've got to be a gun player in a fairly average side.
Yeah.
So I feel like Moses profiles really
I
well.
think he takes a lot of the points from them.
Yeah.
Each week.
Yep.
And he'll probably miss 1 or 2 games in Origin period.
Yep. But that doesn't matter anymore.
No, it doesn't, because you've seen. Tedesco did run away with it last year because he didn't play Origin.
Good player in an average side,
Correct.
though. And you look at like a Nico Hines, Kalen Ponga, Sean Johnson almost won it that year.
Yep.
I think that's a great pick for Dally M.
That's my shout for the Parramatta Eels.
Player to watch.
It's Jonah Pezzett for me. We've got him in that incubator down in Western Sydney. I wish him nothing but good health. I can't wait to see him really cut his
Should
teeth
be like
there.
in soccer where because he's coming to us, we shouldn't be allowed to play him.
Yeah.
Like
He's not
they
allowed
put
to
in a
play.
contract. They go, no, can't play us.
Yeah, and he doesn't celebrate if he scores a try against us. He just says, "I'm really sorry." I wish Jonah a very healthy season. I can't wait to see you at Red Hill next year, mate.
Yep.
And no futures to keep an eye on.
Well,
No?
it's to make the top 8. Power are $1.90, same price as the Rabbitohs. If that's what you like, then good on you.
That is short.
Yeah, even money. I'm probably with you boys. Top 10, 11-ish.
Yep.
But yeah, Jonah Pezzett's going to be really good. So who knows?
Oh, I know what I'm clipping up today. You made my life very easy.
Mate, I've had a bit of practice on the mic. I know how to spin a bloody TikTok now.
Let's jump into Manly. Finished 10th last year. Probably throw him in with the Cowboys as one of the biggest disappointments. They've lost your mate Ches, JYY. That's obviously going to be the big storyline. Fogarty sliding right in. He's probably not a player with a bigger X on his back than him right now. Expectations, I think they're like Souths. You always got to say top 8, but I'm not saying they're going to finish top 8, just for the record. Haves and have-nots.
Can I go bold prediction first?
Yeah, go.
I'm going to back them for the spoon alongside the Cowboys.
Manly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm worried about Manly. I think similar things to Cowboys. Their middle, there's a lot of big dudes in there that are really slow and not very mobile.
True.
Nathan Brown, Jake Travojevic, I love that dude, but he's declining.
Yeah.
Taniela Paseka is their big guy. He's just missed the entire year last year. And then you're suddenly looking at guys like Corey Waddell, and there's a lot of names in that team as well that have got injury troubles. Like Fogarty has had troubles in the past. Cooler, Saab, Turbo, Jake, Paseka, as I just mentioned. Like, I think there's a chance, if a couple of those guys go down, I'm not sure they got the depth. And I think the other big one is Ola Kawatu now doesn't have Daly Cherry-Evans passing him the ball on that right edge. And I think that will impact him. He's still a gun, but yeah, so I think there's a bit of value in Manly to have the most losses.
Ooh.
Which is at what?
I'm
13?
glad you asked. Manly for most losses is $17.
$17.
That's good.
Clip it up, $17.
Looks value. Don't mind that at all. I've got my brother Jharal as the player to watch for Manly.
Hang on, it says Big Dog Fogs.
Big Dog Fogs, that's we're all known as Big Dog Fogs at the family reunion. It's just I'm really keen to see how he goes in this Manly outfit, and it might be really telling just how important Cherry-Evans was to that side if it goes how you have predicted this year, Oscar. I'm fascinated to see how it goes. I thought he went really well steering that Canberra team around. We all know how shit I thought Canberra were, so he could do the same thing here. But yeah, fascinated to see how it goes.
Are you going to outdo that bold prediction?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
tough.
just. It is a tough one. I'm not going to talk anything about their top 8, but I just think Joey Walsh will make his scene, and I think he'll play majority in the halves this year for Manly, and he'll be the future for Manly. So he'll play round 1.
Whoa.
Yep.
Over
That's my bold-
Brooks?
Yes. Over somebody. Don't know. Will it be Brooks?
Well, it's not going to be Fogarty.
Yeah. I think Joey Walsh, my bold prediction is I think he'll play majority in the halves this year.
Okay,
That is
nice.
a bold prediction.
Let's quickly run through the Dolphins.
Your boys.
Yeah, look, another team that's going to be...
Yeah, are you officially a Finn?
Fins up. You
Yeah.
fins up.
I'm fins up.
He's
yeah.
fins up.
Okay.
If they play finals this year, will you get a tattoo?
No.
We haven't talked about that.
No,
yet either.
punishment.
Dolphins tattoo.
Punishment.
That's not a
is
punishment, that's a celebration.
It's a punishment for him, obviously. Sounds like
If Uncle Ned's paying for it, or maybe.
No, you don't want that.
And I get
Someone
and I
with
get
the-
and I get the green light from my better half. That's always the condition. Probably, I'll get you to read the odds here, Fogs, for top 8. But I think the Dolphins are one of those teams everyone's kind of keen on to finally play finals
Yeah,
because of the
certainly
injuries
are.
they had last year.
They are $1.80 to finish top
Wow.
8.
Yeah,
that's value,
Which
eh?
is better than
Jeez.
Para, better than Rabbits, better than Waz.
Well, they've got the roster, right? Like
Yeah.
it's there, and they don't have any injuries. They have an amazing roster.
They scored so many points last year.
Yeah.
Best attacking team in the comp last
Yeah.
year.
Last 6 weeks was something different for sure. The first month though is going to be interesting because Jeremy Marshall King's missing,
Still out.
and Max Plath. So it's,
Yeah, okay. They've got Kurt Donahue they can plug in there at 9
Yeah.
for a
It
little
was a
bit.
unit.
He's a little dog, isn't
Absolute unit.
he? Yeah, their depth is crazy.
It is.
Like it was, their forward pack was already good, and now you've got to add Flegler and Gilbert to it. And their back line was already pretty
we
good.
get to see that this weekend, actually. They're
Yes,
they're
sir.
playing.
Yeah.
So Gilbert's been named in the front row,
And
which I thought was interesting.
Flegs is off the bench.
Flegs is off the bench,
named Cobbo as well.
and Cobbo's
Yeah.
in the centres.
They've got a
Exciting.
pretty strong side.
Like in the same kind of breath that I mentioned, like a few of those Souths guys that we haven't seen for a year or two. Like Selwyn Cobbo is like he's one of the best upcoming outside backs this time 12 months ago.
Yeah.
You sat here saying he was going to.
I thought he was going to be the
winger of the year
he
and
just
the
didn't
Queensland
even, and he didn't even
winger.
play.
So something didn't work out, but like that dude has talent and ability, and he looks fit.
Well, I seen him the other day. No more houses.
No houses.
Training them down.
They're all gone.
There's not.
Not again.
I know. We've got to say it at
We've
some
got a
stage.
housing crisis in this country right
Yes, there is. And he is knocking them down at the moment.
Poor Redcliffe.
They're all down. Poor Redcliffe. Everywhere up that way.
There's not an ounce of fat on him. I've
No.
seen the stuff that the Dolphins have been putting out. He looks
Yeah.
Does he? Yeah.
sharp.
He does look good. He does look good.
So I mean, that's they shuffled a few guys around the back line last year when Herbie went down. Like that's a guy that's that can be like have a big impact throughout the year in multiple positions as well. We talked enough about Isaiah Katoa last year. We will do it again this year. Fingers crossed he stays on the field. But yeah, if he's there, he's pretty much. They've got Brad Schneider as halfback depth. That's probably the only position, half 5'8", where they don't really have gun depth. But that seems pretty much true for most clubs. I'm going to say if Isaiah Katoa is fit, I reckon they play top 4, top 6.
Top 4. Do you want to price
Top
for
4, top 6. If Izzy can stay on the field all year, yeah.
The Dolphins are $4
$4
for a
top 4,
finish.
yeah.
Gee, that's hot.
Yeah, load up.
Yeah, I mean that's a throw at the stumps, but I think that's fair value.
Yeah.
I like it.
Don't
I
mind
think
that
they've
at
got a
all.
very, very good team, and I like what Christian Wolf is doing.
Are you with that, Jharal? Any bolder takes?
I've got to be bold, right? I think Katoa makes his debut at Origin this year.
Yeah. I'd love to see it.
I wouldn't. But
Actually, can we dig a bit deeper on that? If Mitch Moses is winning Dally M, he's got to be picked for Origin, right?
Oh.
If Isaiah Katoa makes his Origin debut, Cleary missing out? Oh, that's a
Hot.
clip.
Hot.
Clip it.
It is a hot take. But
I wish I didn't do that.
Jharal did nod, audio listeners. He did nod to that one.
I wish I didn't make that scream for this clippable part of the show, but anyway.
look, I've come in hot this year. We've got to be.
And I respect that.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's got to be. And when we talk about Penrith, I'll give the reasons why I think. And that's my bold prediction.
so hot.
Katoa will play. I didn't say he'll play every game,
you
but I
didn't.
did say he'll play. He'll make his debut in Origin this
I
year.
like that. He's definitely in the squad.
Wow.
I've got 3 players. I've been very selfish in my players to watch.
It was good, bro. It was good.
That was great. We've already touched on Cobbo. I think he might be one of those ones for the Bronx you look at as the one that got away. You
Yep.
see that girl on your Instagram and you're like, oh man, I really missed out there. I think Cobbo might be that for the Bronx this year.
What was her name again?
Oh, I'm not giving her any airtime. I'm a very happily married man. I'm very, very keen to see Cobbo play in the centres. Him and Herbie might rip and or tear this year. Very excited to see Flegler play. I hope that he's back in a big way.
Yeah, just on that note, all prayers up for Flegs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really hope he gets through
Yep.
unscathed over the weekend. Like,
Everything I can cross, I will be crossing.
he is-
Watching him off the bench
mate,
on the weekend.
It's a real terrible story what's happened to him. So fingers crossed that he gets through unscathed over the weekend and has a healthy campaign in the NRL. in
Yeah.
26.
It's a fair effort just to get back in this short span of time, I think.
Well, it's any time. Like, you've just, I commend him. Like, it's hard enough to come back from anything, but to step on that field again to try and go to war is going to be, mentally it's going to be tough. But I know he's got a few screws loose, so he won't have a problem with that, I don't reckon.
They
He
breed him
tried-
tough up north.
You try and put a shot on his very first contact.
I don't think he can help himself.
I've
that's
seen,
what I reckon.
You got to get the first one out of the way.
I've seen him training and he's already doing it.
He's just whacking blokes?
He's just hitting houses. He's just knocking houses down.
Him and Cobbo. I don't know, they're carpenters.
There's a housing crisis in
knocking
Redcliffe. And then, I've got Qatar just because
Yep.
he's fun to watch. We've said enough. That's my 3 from the Finns.
We'll take a quick break because we're going to dive into this All-Star game, some of the rules stuff, and a bit more on the other side of this break. You're listening to NRL Unpopular Opinions. This year, we're going to mix things up a little bit, boys.
I like mixing things up.
I want to get the viewers involved. We need to get...
Yeah.
Here we go.
Come with us, viewers.
Listeners.
We need some feedback. We need some questions. We need a mailbag.
Mailbag.
It's getting stale in here. We need to
It is.
invite someone new and someone fresh into our studio and help us talk about rugby league.
Well said.
I like that.
You've cut a hell of a promo there.
You've done this before. And we do have our first caller, if you can call him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his name, folks?
Chad Wicker.
Oh, yes, I know this.
Oh, this prick.
Get him on the
What's he
blower.
got for us?
G'day, fellas. Long time listener, first time caller. Very excited that the pod is back. I've got a question for you, though. Payne Haas going to South Sydney shows yet another player who has fallen under Wayne Bennett's spell. This guy seems to do it all the time. So my question for you guys is Wayne Bennett the Riz King of the NRL? He seems to be able to steal everyone's girl and bring him to whatever team he's in. And he's a tall fella. Is there something about how he can look these players in the eyes and they just get lost in them? I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on Wayne Bennett and how he's able to convince anyone to come and join him no matter where he is. I know Jharal actually does him as well, so maybe some insight.
There you go, Jharal. That's probably a question for you.
Give us that insight.
Is Wayne Bennett the Riz King?
Well, I can tell you how he would. This might sound a bit creepy, how he would riz the boys, but every time he would come out of the shower, right, he would walk over and he'd put his foot up on the bench. He'd be like, and he would talk to you like this. So how you been? And then he would start wiping his, areas, and you just be
He's
like,
Wayne.
He's a very long man, so
He's actually watching us over there. He's on the wall.
oh, there he is. The wolf you feed.
He's feeding his wolf as he's talking to you.
No, but that's honestly the truth. That's not a made up
Do
story.
you keep eye contact with him?
Well, that's the thing. When he's
What do you
putting his-
do?
well,
Which Wayne do
when
you
he's
look at?
putting his leg up here, like it's hard. It's hard to keep focused, and what he's talking about. But I would say that he does have a lot of riz. That's one thing he does have, and he has broke our hearts once again. The Broncos, hasn't he?
So has he signed Payne in the locker room there? He's rocked up at the shower.
Yeah, I reckon.
He's
I
gone like
don't
this.
know.
He's gone, sign here.
And Payne's gone, yes, sir. Yeah, no.
Have a pen.
They call him Wayne Riz Bennett.
Confirmed.
They do. Lock it in.
There we go. There we go. As we just said, send us in some questions, listeners. We're all ears. We'll try to answer them as best we can.
Yeah, and probably look a little bit better than that chap.
Than that guy.
Yeah, look
Prepare better.
Just leave us a comment, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a fan of this whole audio visual setup.
It could get real weird.
Anyone wondering who the Oscar Panafex is?
Yeah.
This is your segment, guys. Come on in.
Let's quickly move on because we do have the All-Star game to talk about this weekend. Oscar, you're back on the Neds blog, typing away as you do best.
Tap, tippity, tap, tap, tap.
Give us your thoughts on this one, the squads, everything.
Yeah, women's 12:30 on Sunday, and then the men's at 2:45. I think.
How
Something
good.
like that. So yeah,
back.
break it to your loved ones that you're unavailable from midday on Sunday because of rugby league. I think I tipped the Indigenous women All Stars. They've got their spines stacked. There's a young girl called Jada Taylor who scored like a 110-metre try in the under-19s Origin 3 or 4 years ago now. I think she's primed for a pretty big season down at Cronulla. And then in the boys, it seems to be, this has happened in the last few years, the Indigenous team have a really stacked spine and outside backs, not a lot of forwards to choose from. And the Māori All-Stars have a pretty productive forward rotation, but not a lot of genuine
And home ground advantage
halves.
because it's going
And
to
they're over
be in New Zealand as well.
God, they're going to tear that place apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I backed the Maoris, the Māori All Stars. I think James Fisher Harris through the middle, and then some of their outside backs. I can just see them working out of yardage a lot more cleanly than the Indigenous, and yeah, kind of winning through field position and possession from there. But
Māori All-Stars, $1.62.
Okay.
Indigenous All-Stars, $2.35. You got a try score for me, Oscar?
He's got two. I'm just reading them on the blog. But
yeah,
I'll
I
let
like
you-
that left edge. Chance Nickel Crookstad's in at 5'8". Every time he plays there, he just runs. And I think if they can win a quick play the ball, he's just going to try and angle back in behind the ruck. And then Casey McLean scores tries. For fun, that kid, doesn't he?
His value, Chance is $4.60. Casey McLean, $2.
Are we giving a multi in this one?
No,
No?
we'll do a futures one next
Okay.
week.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm just going to say I like Jack Whiten anyway.
He
like
likes
that.
you.
Oh, love you, Jackie boy.
He sent us a video.
Jack White.
Jack Bags.
Jack White and $3.80.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Big fan of Lofi Khan Pereira, $2.25.
Fast.
And playing at the Wires this year.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
And you've also broken down all the trial games in this preview as well, Oscar.
have.
So head to the Neds blog.
Rugby league's back, man.
Check all that out.
Back, baby. Yeah,
Before-
it's a scary thing to be betting on trials, but if you're keen, power to you.
Before we get out of here, Origin in New Zealand 2027. Thoughts, feelings
Yes.
around that?
I reckon.
Honest thoughts?
Yeah, honest. Unpopular even.
I don't like it.
I don't either. but
Yeah, it's just the reason why I don't like it is I understand that New Zealand fans, want, but I think that just should be like I'm not a big fan of taking it to other states. Like I think I've come to the conclusion where yes, it's been trialled and done, and I understand New Zealand have paid a lot of money for it to be there, so I get that it's sort of a money grab, but. Me being a Queenslander, and I'm sure there's a lot of New South Wales people that feel the same way, but I would love to keep them in Queensland and New South Wales because that's where the game was born. Being a bit selfish, that's just my point of view, though.
Do you feel the same way about like a potential Hong Kong game, Dubai? Like, because that's what they're talking about.
Take it to Riyadh. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. That's where all the money is.
Like, I just don't understand why we can't take the international games there. The international games growing better and better with, our Pacific, Islander teams, and Australia and New Zealand are great areas at the moment. So I just don't understand why we can't take more of those. The Origin is the pinnacle of our game, as in the sense of rivalry. Like, it's huge, and we're taking it away from Queensland. Look, that doesn't mean I have anything against, going to New Zealand and playing footy there. I just feel like that's just my point of view. It's sacred to, Queensland and New South Wales. If I get asked to go, I probably go.
Absolutely. But I don't think it's fair for New South Wales. I think it's an away game for them. They absolutely love Queensland across the ditch.
I don't know. There is a fair few New South Welshmen now. There is.
Well,
the boys from the morning shift. I don't know if you watch them, but they've
They're proud.
Yeah, they're proud.
Blues, aren't they?
Yeah, they're Blues. Yeah. I think
never rated
I
it.
send them some merch.
Terrible show. Shocking. Don't rate it.
well, anyway, that's my point of view from that take.
That's probably the one good thing is you're going to get a good crowd, good atmosphere regardless. It's not like he's if you send it to Hong Kong, you're not really sure what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So
Is it Eden Park?
I'm not sure what they've said it is. Yeah, that's a good question. Rich, look that up.
What? Oh, you got no mic.
Power's gone to your head.
Boys, that might do us for today. We're going to come back next week. We'll preview the remaining 8 teams.
Hopefully a bit more positive chat next week. It was very doom and gloom.
Well, there's going to have to be some teams that miss out on the 8 because we did say that some of these were going to make it. So it's going to be interesting. So make sure you tune in next week because it's going to be juicy just again.
What a
Another hell of a promo we've cut here.
Yes!
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website